Let's go trotting. Welcome to Community News. My name is Paul.
And my name is Sasha.
Hello there, Sasha. How are you today?
Hi, Paul. I'm extremely happy today because I get to see your face. It's been a while.
Oh, it's so nice. Yes, we had a couple weeks of repeats to recharge our batteries, to get prepped for this big, giant holiday season that's upon us. And now we're here with a brand new show and new shows hopefully through the end of the year. I mean, we're 6 shows away from 200. It's unbelievable.
Crazy. We're going to have to do some big celebrating.
I've never done anything 200 times in my life ever, and nothing in my life.
I can think of a few things we've done 200 times.
Well, probably. Yeah, that's true. That's every day, but yeah, that's 200. But yeah, so what's going on, Sasha? It's great to see you. We're getting ready. We are 9 days away from the turkey trot. We've been talking about it 4 years now. I've showed up 3 years in a row. You have not been there. Is this the year that we finally see Sasha trotting with a turkey?
I always tell you up front that I'm not going to be there so that you won't be disappointed when I'm not there. And pretty much, I think you know that I don't really leave the house much between around first week of November and like end of April.
Right. I was going to push it out further, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes May.
Yeah.
It's too dark and dreary and cold and wet for me. So I kind of just stay indoors. I don't invite I'm not saying I never leave the house, but I don't go to things where I'm going to be standing around outside for hours like the turkey trot.
Well, you won't be standing at the turkey trot. I keep telling you this. We'll be trotting. We'll be strolling. We'll be skipping hand in hand down the thing with our community news T-shirts on.
I wish I was in good a shape as you, Paul, that I could think that I'd be trotting. I can barely walk for a couple miles without getting tired. So there's no way I'd be trotting.
How about if we get one of those shopping carts and I put you in a shopping cart and I push you along that way? How would that work?
That idea. Yeah, I like that idea. It's like I always get, inspired by the people in the New York City Marathon, but I particularly relate to that last hour when all the handicapped people come through in various ways.
Right.
Because I feel like I could do it if I could be amongst the handicapped and someone was pushing me in a shopping cart or a baby stroller, a big fat baby stroller.
So what you're saying is 9 days from now at the turkey trot, we'll be at the starting line. I will have a shopping cart and you will be inside and we will be trotting along, you and the shopping cart. Is that what you're saying? You agree to that for this year?
I don't agree to that. I don't really see doing that. No, I'm trying to change my reputation in town and not be such a jokey, so jokey. So I'm going to take myself more seriously.
Okay, well, I have 9 days to convince you otherwise to take care of it.
When I wore the panda suit, maybe I would have worn the panda suit in the shopping cart. No one could really recognize me, and maybe.
All right. So we have the turkey trot coming up next Thursday, obviously on Thanksgiving Day.
Sign up.
Right, exactly. Everybody sign up. It's starting at the burned out field, all for a 5K around town through Main Street. Everybody will be out and cheering and having a good time, provided the weather is good, and you will see Sasha in a shopping cart. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Just want to let you know also at the community center this Saturday night is the senior dance. Now, when they said senior dance, I'm not sure if they meant it's for seniors in high school or for seniors who are seniors. But it's on Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m., which leads me to believe it's the latter category.
Yeah, I have to believe it's for senior citizens because, if it was seniors, it wouldn't be at the community center probably, right?
Right. I can't see any raves going on at the community center from 6 to 9 p.m.
Right, exactly. But I wonder what kind of dance. Will it be interpretive dance? Partner dance?
Wouldn't it be great if it was EDM like the kids and all these seniors were dropping Molly and just doing dance like that? How amazing would that be?
I mean, it would be, especially because seniors are only a few years older than us, so it's not like impossible. It's the people that you basically, when you were a freshman in high school, they were seniors, Please do not say that we are close to seniors, that we are eligible to go dancing from 6 to 9 p.m. Please say that we are more than several years away. Right, exactly. If we're going to bed at 7 p.m. and 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
As long
I'm already in bed naked under the covers watching some NCIS reunion rerun special on. That's how I spend my nights.
I saw a friend yesterday who she just moved her parents into a retirement community, one of those places with tons of activities. I was reading the schedule. I was like, that's exhausting. I have to work my way up to get. I mean, I'm in that in between. You know, I don't have little kids, but I'm not yet a senior where I'm like in card games all day, water aerobics. They had so many things for their day that they even had nap time, rest at like 3 p.m. And then they were back at it with cooking lessons and dinner and dancing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to get in shape just to eventually move into a senior retirement community to do all the things they do.
Card games. What kind of card game? Do you think they play strip poker there, or what kind of card games do you do?
No, probably bridge, mahjong, and then just other card games.
Mahjong.
Those are titles, but tiles, I mean. Everyone plays mahjong in Florida.
Right. Well, I think I would just play solitaire so I don't have to play with anybody else. Is that considered card game or no?
Just be amongst the people. Will you be that senior citizen at your eventual retirement home that you'll go to the card game activity when it's happening, but you'll sit at your own table playing solitaire and you'll have a little sign up that says, no, I don't want you to sit here.
Yes, exactly. And you can see that seniors are already pinging in and complaining about the fact that I will be all by myself and not sharing my table with anyone. So.
I think that's perfect, though, because you like to people watch and see the people, but not be amongst them. And that way you can do that perfectly.
It sounds like a plan to me. Finally, we just want to let everybody know our arch rivals, the newspapers, they haven't been keeping up recently, but they have come out with a new list. And we're here to talk about their list to see if we agree, disagree, want to add anything or subtract anything from it. So are you ready for their big list?
Ready.
The list is travel tips for Thanksgiving. When to go, what to do, what to see.
I can write the whole list right now.
You ready? Okay.
Go.
All right.
Don't go.
That is not number one on their list.
Absolute worst time to travel. And I've traveled all the bad times, Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, 9/11. I've flown all of those.
Right.
The absolute worst is Thanksgiving.
The worst is Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Okay. Well, this is what they recommend that you do. Okay. Number one, pack snacks and prepare to spend a lot of time in your car. That's number one.
Oh, you're saying it's for a road trip. It's not even people flying.
Well, it's flying. It's everything. The other one is get to the airport 4 hours early before your flight to get through TSA. 4 hours, they said.
4 hours?
Yes.
You're kidding me.
I'm not kidding you.
Oh, my God. That's ridiculous. That's too much for even an international flight,
right.
Let alone a local flight.
Well, they're thinking because of Thanksgiving and everybody's coming, 4 hours. Do not travel on Wednesday between 2:30 and 4:30 because that is the peak travel time of all of Thanksgiving.
I agree with that. The best travel for Thanksgiving is on Thanksgiving itself.
You're a traitor. You're agreeing with the newspaper and what they say?
Well, the Wednesday is pretty bad. I've done it. And the Sunday after is pretty bad, too.
Sunday is horrific. Sunday is horrific.
And everyone's cranky by then because they've been with relatives that they don't particularly like, but they had to see. So they're worse than when they're going out on Wednesday. Right.
So do you recommend then traveling back by yourself so you don't have to deal with anybody, so you can be in your own thing? Because one thing that somebody says you travel with will set you off and could...
No, just have different seats on the plane. Like, don't sit together on the plane. That's what we often do, is we get a break from each other. We all take different rows, different seats.
Really?
So traveling alone, but you're not.
Those lucky travelers who get to be spread out with you guys. Who do you think of the four of you? Now, who do you think is the best traveler and who is the worst, that the person who's sitting next to you gets the best experience and the one who sits next to you has the worst experience? Where would you rank yourself?
Believe it or not, I'm very considerate when I'm in public like that. I try not to make a mess. I don't, eat a bunch of weird foods. I don't take my... but I was on a recent plane and people were all brushing their teeth and I thought that was disgusting, like in their chairs. Like they should go to the restroom, Right. And so I'm not into doing like personal grooming in my seat, which you see other people do. So I don't think I'm the worst to sit next to, but I think either of my kids would be easier to sit next to because they take up less space. You know?
Right, right. And how about your husband? Would he be easy to sit next to? Is he a talker or not a talker on the plane?
I haven't sat next to him on a plane in so many years. I have no idea.
I love the fact, I never knew this, that the four of you travel. Now, is it the same plane or do you take separate planes also?
Well, usually the same plane unless somebody has to get there before the other kind of thing.
Right.
There's times I've flown with the kids and met him somewhere, right? Or he's met us somewhere. But yeah, we take separate rows, separate seats, kind of like separate beds. We just take that all the way through everything so that we don't have to actually, be near each other any longer than is required. No, I don't know. Not always. It's been a long time though. Yeah,
okay. Well, I guess the last thing in their list is watch out on a plane for Sasha and her family. They're spread out throughout. You never know who you're going to wind up sitting next to.
That would be funny. But that would be funny if it actually was a thing, like watch out, like if we actually spread out to infiltrate. Like I never thought of that. We've never been stopped for the spreading out, like the way they profile you for other things, but I'm surprised in a way that we haven't, because that seems like the perfect thing to do if you're trying to infiltrate a plane.
Well, they probably see the four of you in the boarding area, and it's probably understood why it's happening before you get on the plane. So anyway, so that's it. Don't forget the senior dance. I have 9 days to convince Sasha to do the turkey trot with me. And that about wraps up this episode of Community News. And as always, my name is Paul.
My name is Sasha.
Sasha, it's a pleasure. I will see you next Tuesday, 2 days before Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. See you next Tuesday, Paul.
Hopefully all your fixins will be fixed by then, and we'll talk about what you're eating that day.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you next week.
We love you, community.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.